Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programmes, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Padded Cell Podcast. Here we are again, and we've got Ryan again.
Again?
I'm going to get sick of you.
I know. I've done too many now.
This is your fourth, isn't it?
Yeah. Just keep
You're keeping that seat very, very warm for our Nance.
It's clearly my seat now, isn't it?
I don't know about that. She's going to fight you for it. She's ready to come back now, you know.
She'd win.
So hopefully next time she'll be here. Not that I haven't enjoyed your company.
No.
Of course.
I've enjoyed it.
Good.
But I personally myself, I do want Nancy back. I feel like I've had homework for the last few weeks. I'm sitting in the house and think, oh fuck, I've got to go on that fucking computer and look at mad stuff.
If it's homework, do I need to mark this homework?
You can mark it.
You do know that I love a red pen exercise.
Oh, do you?
Have you not heard about my reputation of being a spell and grammar Nazi?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm terrible for it. In fact, I was pulled for it on Facebook recently. Somebody was trying to slag me off.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say they're like, you're a very silly person, but it wasn't. It was something much more cutting than that.
Is it the word we're not allowed to say?
Yeah. And I just went back and corrected the spelling because your wasn't spelt correctly, so I just your back.
So it's always an easy win.
And it was just like a mic drop moment. What could you say to that? You're trying to insult me, but you can't spell. So there you go. So yes, we've been doing homework. Is this because you can feel the pressure? You've got to bring it.
I feel like I've got to bring something half decent to the table.
Is this a challenge?
Are we going against each other? Who's got the better topic?
Dun, 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 dun.
I think mine's
dun, dun, dun.
a good topic.
Dun, dun, dun. So Calvin, no pressure. We're having a little bit of a competition to see whose story is the best today.
Calvin the judge.
Okay. No,
Okay.
Some pressure then.
Not really.
A slight bit.
But, I need to win.
Okay, some pressure then.
Would you say that was pressure?
No, I'd just say whatever you think, just say she wins.
Oh, dear me. So, yes, episode 12, and you're all still contacting us, still sending loads of emails and messages and stuff like that. So I had this lovely message. Well, actually, it didn't start out as a lovely message, but ended out as a lovely message from a guy called Ranveer on Facebook.
Okay.
And I think, it was me Scouse dialect episode. Everyone seemed to jump all over that one. And he said, if she had long hair, she'd be fit. To me, obviously.
Oh.
And I was like, do you know what? Fair one. I can't please everybody. No. So I'm pushing 50. I'll take any backhanded compliment right now.
I thought you were going to say I'd take any hair I get.
Anyway, so loads of people jumped on me defence, and I'm like, do you know what? It's cool. He likes girls with long hair. I'm not here to impress anybody or, get a boyfriend, whatever. But then he come on after all these bloody comments from everybody slagging him off, and I was just being dead nice. And he went, you know what? He went, I think you're cool as fuck. He went, you could have been really funny over that, but you've been super cool. So if you're ever in Manchester, I'll take you for dinner.
Oh,
I've had somebody invite me for dinner.
Do it.
I might have to put a wig on,
You would?
He doesn't like short hair, so I might have to turn up in a wig.
Yeah, you get more than dinner.
But there you go. I had a little invite for dinner.
There you go.
I just want to give a few little special mentions to some of our regular contributors on Facebook, etc. Kay on Facebook with a menagerie. She's got like dogs and horses and all sorts. She's a big fan. And Shell, who's a firefighter on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's been messaging me backwards and forwards and has got all sorts of dead funny stories. Which
so you're proper making little chatty mates here, aren't you?
I've got little mates, yeah. Well,
Facebook mum.
You see, I'm calling them mates, and that just makes it sound really sad, doesn't it? They've got no other mates apart from Cat and Shell on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been having nice little chats. It's been really, really nice.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to forge on with our first story.
Go on.
And Calvin needs to listen very carefully because he's going to be judging.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take a little slurp of my tea before.
Go on. Jesus.
Do you know, I actually listened back to one of my previous episodes and you can hear a proper big slurp.
Shut up.
A really big slurp. I'm like, Dylan, you could have cut the slurp out.
Yeah.
I think he was just like, yeah, keep it in, it's funny.
Probably.
Yeah. Ooh, I did a bit of a burp as well. You nearly got a burp. You're welcome. Right then, so about 120 years ago, a body was washed up from the Seine River in France.
Okay.
And it was a 16-year-old girl.
Oh.
God love her. And when the police and whoever checked it over, they couldn't see any immediate signs of injury, trauma, defence wounds or anything like that. And they surmised that there's a possibility she could have took her own life.
Yeah.
God love her. And nobody came forward to claim her body. A 16-year-old girl, you'd think that somebody would step forward, somebody would miss her.
Yeah.
But nobody stepped forward to identify her. And she was publicly displayed in the morgue. And that's what they did back in the day. If they couldn't identify somebody, they displayed them and then people could come along and have a little look and see if it's our Sheila or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they can claim the body. But nobody ever claimed her. And she became known as the unknown woman of the Seine. Not quite woman, but
Yeah.
But she wasn't forgotten. The pathologist who did her autopsy was so enamoured by how she looked. She had this beautiful, serene face, apparently. Totally taken by her. He made a death mask of her face. Now, okay. Part of me is like, she's a pretty girl. She's dead. God love her. And this pathologist, as thought, will capture her beauty permanently by making this.
Yeah.
Do you not think it's a bit weird, though?
Yeah. I can see the sentiment behind it.
I can see the sentiment, but, she possibly has committed suicide. She's washed up. Nobody's claimed her. And he's like, oh, she's got a pretty face. I'll make a cast. It just seems a bit macabre.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
But, respecting culture and the time, this might have been a thing that they did. I know death masks were a thing back in the day for like famous people, royal and all that.
Yeah.
But, a girl washed up and I don't know.
Yeah.
So I read that and went, that didn't sit very comfortably with me. However, it turns out really nice. So he redeems himself. So there's these model makers called the Lorenzi model makers who made the original cast, the death mask. And they actually still sell copies of this mask today.
Today?
Yeah. And it's called the Drowned Woman of the Seine and people have got them like hanging on the walls.
No way.
That's even more macabre, isn't it?
It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
I mean, if it's like, I don't know, your auntie.
Yeah.
Auntie Sheila again.
Sort of get
with a face on the wall.
Yeah.
I think it's still a bit weird.
Yeah.
But, a random girl. So, but they're still making them today. So.
Maybe that makes it a bit more all right if it's a random girl.
So you can't identify?
Yeah, I couldn't have my nan on the fridge.
No. A little fridge magnet.
Yeah.
I love underneath it. Does she used to wear rollers?
Yeah.
Imagine your nan with rollers as a fridge magnet.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
Like Scouse Bird. New Scouse Bird.
Yeah.
She has the rollers thing going on.
We could be on a little business thing there,
Could be, yeah. Keep that to ourselves.
Yeah.
So fast forward to 1950s. And this Norwegian toy maker called Asmund Lertle saw this death mask hanging on somebody's wall and was equally taken by his serene face.
All right.
Now, I have actually got a picture of this, but I'm not going to show you just yet. It's not quite time for the reveal.
Okay.
So he was taken by this face and he was approached by two guys in the 50s. Archer Gordon, and he was a member of the American Heart Association Committee, along with a Norwegian anaesthetist called Bjorn Lind. And they explained to Asmund that they wanted to produce a dummy which could be used by medical students to practice CPR. To avoid practicing on each other and breaking their bones. So this guy agreed, and he just knew that the face of this drowned girl would be perfect for the Resus doll. So he created the CPR doll and used the face of the drowned girl on this CPR doll. And so now we have Resus Annies all over the world with this dead girl's face on it.
That's the face?
The face. Let me show you the face.
I've seen one of them.
I've kissed it. I did my training on Resus Annie. several times.
They were taking. We might be thinking of a different thing here.
So, no. You're thinking of a sex doll with the mouth open, aren't you dirty bastard?
I was honestly thinking of something that was just like...
With the mouth open?
Yeah.
Cock-sized. Wrong doll, mate. I'm telling a fucking...
I don't mind not thinking of Annie.
Sensible story here. No, you're talking about
I'm thinking of some
Debbie
filth.
the Dill doll. There you go. Now do you recognise the face now you've seen it? When you kissed it?
I do, you know.
Yeah. Doesn't she look serene though? You can sort of see why.
Just looks like
She
so
doesn't
peaceful.
look dead, does she?
No.
She looks like she's just fallen asleep.
Yeah.
So for those watching on YouTube, you can see her face. And I'll also stick a picture on Facey as well for those that don't go on YouTube. So, yeah, this face is on this CPR doll. And 1960 Resus Annie was released.
Yeah.
And since then, this guy Ladle has moved on from toys now, and he's made a fortune out of reproducing these dolls. And they reckon that over 300 million people have been trained on Resus Annie.
Yeah.
So in a way, if you think about it, this poor girl has died, washed up. Nobody claimed her, but she had this beautiful face. And that face could have saved countless lives.
Yeah.
Because they reckon 300 million people have been trained. Out of those 300 million, you can guarantee some of them have done CPR. I've done CPR.
Yeah, I haven't, but I know how to.
And, you know, there's lives being saved because they've trained on her face, basically.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, nowadays, it isn't just that... I've got a 1970s Resus Annie. She looks a little bit... Oh, this sounds so bad. Can I say this and not get slated on a podcast?
Just say it.
Okay, while the picture's coming up, I'm just going to decide if this is PC enough for me to say who this doll looks like. Oh, God.
Can you, like, mime it to me?
I can do, like, a little bit of a... No, I can't, because that will then be... No, I'm just not.
I know what you mean.
What we should do is write our answer down and compare notes. I haven't got a pen. Okay. Does your answer start with a J?
Yeah. That's exactly where my mind went.
Okay.
Just needs a cigar.
Okay, should we get a third opinion?
Yeah, I think so.
So, Calvin, who do you think that looks like? 1970s Resus Annie.
With the cigar.
Now then. I had to go there, didn't I? I was going to go the whole, like, jingle jangle.
Someone would have only said it in the comments anyway.
I know, but now somebody's going to say that I'm just really, really bad because he's a paedophile. I'm so sorry.
Well,
but he does look like...
It does.
Jimmy Savile.
You're stating a fact.
He's just missing the gold medallions and all that.
Yeah.
But look at the face, though. I mean, I know she's wearing a tracksuit and dodgy trainers.
That is not Annie.
And, I mean, she looks more dead there than she did actually dead. But you can see the face, look.
Yeah, it's a... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's with the hair and the
trackie? I know, the hair and the tracksuit. Oh, man.
Strange times.
But nowadays, they've got all different types of Resus Annies.
Oh, nice.
They've got newborns. I've trained on a newborn one.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got childs. They've got African American. They've got all different types. And they've also got these like super, super duper Resus Annies, which you plug in to systems. And as you're working on them, it gives like readouts onto a computer so you can see how well your efforts are.
Yeah.
And they can like program it to do certain things, like cardiac arrests or different types of collapses,
or choking, or
all
stuff,
sorts of things. And then it'll then assess you based on how you react.
Well, that's good, because then you can be like, right, if that actually happens, I know I need to press harder than what I've done on Annie. Or lighter. Just
on a little side note, I was dead surprised how much effort you've got to put in.
Oh God,
on the CPR dolls. I mean, obviously on a person you do, it's different on a person. And bit of a trigger warning, the instance of breaking ribs is really high when you're doing CPR. If you're doing it properly.
They tell you to try. Well, not try, but...
If you do, assault. If you're doing it properly, you probably... would break a bone.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Absolutely brutal. And CPR is only done if somebody is basically dead and they need to be brought back. So a broken rib in the grander scheme of things is nothing.
You take that over.
But when I first trained on Resus Annie, it has, like, if you open it up, it's got like this disc thing in the middle of it and a big massive spring in the chest area where you compress. And it clicks when you get the right depth. And it's about a third.
God, yeah.
It's about a third into the cavity.
Yeah.
When you're pressing down, I literally had to put my whole body weight down onto it.
Yeah.
You have to hold your hand to say it and go for it, you know. And when you hear that click, well, I've actually done it since a rib break when I was training people. And when I heard that click, it just brought it all back to me.
I bet, yeah.
But you have to put some proper fucking effort in.
Yeah, you got to welly it, haven't you?
Yeah. So, Resuscitation could have saved people from all over the world.
Of course, yeah.
And she was like a dead chick. Now, just as a little fun fact, have you ever heard of the song Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Is
Annie,
that
are you
her?
okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? That was pretty good, that, wasn't it?
That was all right, yeah.
Ow!
I
was going to say something very controversial along the lines of Jimmy Savile.
You're holding back today.
It's just because I don't want people like firing shit back at me. I've had loads this week.
Yeah, you've got all your little mates now, haven't you?
All my little mates, I've got to keep happy.
All your friendships.
Okay, all I'll say is I'm on the fence where Michael Jackson's concerned. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I like Smooth Criminal. So, Annie, are you okay?
It's good, yeah.
Apparently, he went for CPR training. And when you go up to the doll who's collapsed, you shake them, go, Annie, you okay?
That's
Can
where
you
it's
hear
come
me?
from.
That's where it's come from. He went for CPR training. And Annie, are you okay? Came into Smooth Criminal because he was so impressed with CPR training.
I prefer the Alien Ant Farms version with the
that's really like
Yeah.
metally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Metally.
Prefer the, yeah.
I'm really coming on. It's like a real old lady today. So I was thinking about the ethics around this, being an ex-health professional.
Of
Annie, because I know it's a different time, but 120 years ago, it probably would have been all right, wouldn't it, to use some random dead girl's face
I've got you,
and reproduce it without consent, which can't give it, on these dolls all over the world that are still being reproduced now.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't happen now, would it? You'd have to get
there'd be a
permission all over the place, wouldn't you? You
Yeah.
couldn't just take a death mask of Jean who's just died in the A&E and go, she's the new face of Annie.
Yeah, that's the new doll.
That's the new doll. You'd have to get permission from all over the place, wouldn't you? And there are some people out there who are saying, really, Resuscitation should now be replaced with an anonymous face. But I love the story of this.
I never knew that story.
I just love the fact that such a terrible, terrible tragedy of this girl who's never been identified. I mean, that breaks my fucking heart.
16 as well.
It breaks my heart, but look at all the good she's done.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it wasn't just her, but her face is now, famous, basically, as being, a part of this doll. Now, on a little side note, it just makes me sad when I read things like that. Have you got any, bad phobias?
Not that I know of, no.
I've got a couple. One of them's fish. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
Eat them, can't swim with them. Oh my God, put my feet in them tanks. If you want my bank details, put my feet in one of them tanks and get the fish to nibble my feet. You can have anything you want. No, my other fear is dying alone.
All right, yeah.
And people not knowing who I am. I mean, I'm like...
But I think a lot of people fucking know who you are now.
I'm that gobby bitch off the Padded Cell Podcast who can't shut up.
Right off.
But imagine, you could be in a foreign country or,
no, I get you, yeah.
I just don't want to be an old lady. I know I'm already an old lady. I don't want to be an old lady who dies on my own and nobody knows who I am. Nobody can identify me. How can you go your whole life?
Yeah.
This happens. People die and they're like 3 days in their flat and months. Nobody has missed them.
Yeah, I know. When we used to get the bus home from school, when we were teenagers, I used to pull up outside, like a care home sort of flat. And there was a fella just sat in his armchair. Look at him asleep. Anyway, next day, still in the armchair.
You saw it through the window, you mean?
Yeah. Third day, still in the armchair.
Decomposing in the chair.
Yeah. Fourth day, wasn't there.
Oh, bless his little cotton socks.
It's only later in life
in a care home, no. Maybe it's like a residential home.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because it wouldn't be very fucking caring, would they?
No. But yeah, so it happens doesn't it?
Oh, but that's my thing. And that comes from, my dad used to work for funeral directors years ago, and my ex.
Oh, God, I bet he's seen a lot of stuff.
My dad used to tell me loads of stories, and my ex. My ex used to drive the dead van, bringing bodies back from scenes of the crime to the hospital, or from the hospital to the funeral home. And the amount of times my dad would say, oh, we went to a really bad one today. Somebody had been found after being a month dead and all that. And we're not too sure. Well, they knew who they were, but next of kin, no idea. I'm like, God, somebody's going to claim them.
It's sad that, like, isn't it?
So this whole thing of Annie being washed up, it just got me in the feels a little bit. Like, I know she didn't live a long life, but, she was somebody's baby at some point.
Yeah.
And nobody's missed her.
Yeah.
But look at her now. She's bloody famous.
Saving the world.
Isn't it?
Annie. And she's got a song about it.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh! Yeah.
Chimone.
We cut that one, please. So there you go. So if you ever do CPR training again, you can kiss Annie's face.
Sing along.
My actual title to that episode was, lost it, the most kissed girl in the world.
Oh.
Because she is, isn't she?
I did read that because your font is fucking massive.
Fuck you.
I can read it perfectly from here. But I didn't want to give anything away. Like, I wanted to,
I am just your punching bag, aren't I?
What size is the font on your phone? Have you got the big mum font? Have you? You haven't you?
I've also got a dark screen.
The mum font and dark screen combo.
And the font on my typing here today is 20.
See you from fucking space.
This is why I don't use my computer. So when Nancy's here, she's like this on her fucking touch screen thing, doing this and all that. I can't do that because I would be permanently enlarging the screen to see the letters. And there's something about the screen. I can't,
really,
the whole, I mean, when I'm doing my work, I'm fine. But if I need to concentrate and read something out, I've got to have it typed out because in big letters.
Yeah, well, I would, but we haven't got a printer, so I just go for the back.
And if I take my glasses off, unless I've got my contacts in, which I obviously haven't. Nope. Not a chance. Hope. Not a hope.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can see your fingers.
You're not
It's
that
just
bad.
the writing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's got to be in big font.
No, that's okay.
So there you go. So I'm going to swiftly move on to our dangly bit.
The dangly bit?
Do you love our new name for the middle bit?
It works.
I fucking love it. I've already been designing merch, Dangly bit merch. I have, yeah.
Like
logo and everything.
Bollocks.
Sort of. It's a bit more clever than that. I mean, why be obvious? There's a bollocks hanging there. No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. And I'm like, got to be a bit different.
Yeah.
So I'm designing a dangly bit.
Dangly bit merch.
Yeah.
Love that.
So before I go on to my story of the middle bit, I just want to show you something that I've got new for the club. It's not a new bit of kit.
Okay.
It's a sign, right?
Okay.
Now, I don't want people to think we've got a drug problem in the club because we haven't. We don't hardly ever get anybody taking drugs.
Yeah.
But, people come in, they've already possibly been doing a little bit of this and that. So we've got to remind people, do it out there. Don't do it in our place. Don't be a dickhead.
Right, yeah.
So I've got this. It's going to go.
Oh, we got to wait, yeah.
Yeah. I've actually got 2 of these. And they're going to be going in the toilets, in the bathrooms. Okay. Well, I'm recognising our new king. So for those who are not watching on YouTube, it's a picture of our new King of England, King Charles.
He looks happy, doesn't he?
With a chintzy wallpaper thing going on behind him.
Yeah.
And in neon pink letters, it says, please don't do Charlie in the bathroom.
How could you disappoint him?
I know. I saw it and went, oh, God, that'll look great in our place. It would, wouldn't it? Everyone have a little whiz.
I might get one for ours.
Warning your 6-year-old not to do coke in the bathroom, yeah?
So, why's the king in the bathroom? Oh, don't worry, it's a grown-up joke. Don't be worried about it.
Right, so somebody, I think I mentioned her before, Kay. She's one of our Facebook fans. She sent me in a little article.
It's a very, dogs and the horses.
Ducks and horses. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Is this because your story's shit and you want to win the competition, so now you're actually remembering stuff that I say to impress me?
No,
on Calvin?
No, I just pick up on information.
Okay.
Useless information, but...
You one of these guys that can't remember really important stuff, but can remember a song that was number 1 15 years ago.
Yeah, I keep having to remind myself that I'm going for an operation later.
You are going
and
for
not
an
to
operation.
eat because I'm starving.
Oh. You've got a rumbly belly?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so a quick middle bit.
Go on.
This was an article in a newspaper. It's like I say, sent in by Kay off Facebook with all of her animals.
Yep.
A branch of Bernardo's has made a passionate plea to remind people what is appropriate to donate.
Oh, God.
Volunteers at the branch of the children's charity in Swansea said it welcomes donations of clothing, children's toys, unopened toiletries, home items and bric-a-brac.
Yeah.
However, they wrote on their social media, could those of you who kindly donate please be mindful that we are a children's charity and as such we have a wide range of ages on our wonderful volunteer team. I'm like, have you got 6-year-olds or something? Child labour? The charity stressed it does appreciate regular donations and these help struggling families, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But volunteers at this branch in Swansea said it received adult toys in a recent donation. The team stressed any adult toys, especially those which have been used,
Straight to the staff.
are not suitable for donation. Somebody has put in a load of used dildos in with the shoes and the coats.
God. Maybe they've done it by accident.
I think they've done it on purpose. I think they've thought, let's give them a little laugh. Rather than just put them in the wheelie bin, let's give them to Bernardo's. You never know. One of them might
What a
take
fucking
a fancy.
charity to give them to, though.
Well, yeah. They've either not thought about that at all or really thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But used sex toys in a charity bag.
Nice, isn't it?
So you can imagine they've just gone, and the whole bag's just been launched with all the coats and shoes in it as well. And the rampant rabbit.
Or maybe they've just swapped the bags and they were meant to bring that bag to your club and drop the coats off, and they've turned up at your club with a big bin bag full of coats.
Yeah. Now, I read on and it said apparently they're taking it dead seriously. They've been watching the CCTV to see who brings in the
Shut
bags. Yeah. And they're going to be approaching the police over it. I mean, it's just a fucking sex toy, really, isn't it?
Police is probably a
It's
bit
our
much, innit?
Doris, 81-year-old Doris, has opened the bag and gone,
Yeah, just stick them in the shop.
yeah, it's a dildo, fucking hell. So, yeah, they look on the CCTV and they're fuming. They're going to be doing them for bringing in used sex toys.
I mean, just party would be like, just take a joke.
Well, part of me is like, you're missing a trick. Build a website, sell all your used sex toys on there, you make a fortune. Knickers, socks, tights, and used dildos.
God, yeah.
I tell you what, they'd be making a fortune. They wouldn't even have to have any shops.
Yeah.
Just bring us your used knickers and all that, and yeah, missing a trick. There you go. So, what have you got for us, Roy?
So, I was stuck for what I was going to do, to be honest with you. And again, I stumbled into this by accident. And I was going to do 10 things, but I was cautious about how often we chat shit.
Okay.
So I've scribbled out 10.
Yeah.
And I've put some weird sexual things that happened in ancient Greece.
Ancient Greek. The ancient Greeks are bloody dirty bastards.
Oh.
They keep coming up in this podcast.
I know, but you know
Obviously,
what?
we're dirty bastards as well.
Some of the things they do are fucking brilliant.
Go on then. Tell me more.
So,
I'm wondering if we can include this in our club.
well,
Tell me more. What dirt can we include?
I think you've already touched on one of them.
Oh.
Because didn't you do an episode with Nancy on weird forms of contraception?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Greeks were the fan of the sneeze and the cold drink.
Yes. So they did the squat and sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah. The other one as well, which I don't think you touched on, they used to put a block of wood up there.
Wood?
Yeah.
Like actual wood, not a knob.
No.
Not more than wood.
No. A block of wood, and it would block the semen getting to the
It blocked the
uterus.
penis as well.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought, but apparently it
So
worked.
has it got to be like sacred wood or blessed wood or any old bit of
shitty
MDF
bit
will
of
do?
wood? So it'd be like,
Bit of MDF.
I'd grab your hand, we'd run off into the bedroom, you'd be like, oh shit, me block of wood.
Just grab any wood.
Yeah.
A spindle.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm just wondering how you actually do the act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's
I
a little
don't
bit
know.
of wood just to cover the cervix
Maybe.
or something.
Maybe. But when I read online, it said block of wood. So you'd assume it's a chunk of wood, like, wouldn't you?
Okay. She
But
must have a very long
that's not
vagina.
feasible. Yeah. Or a very wide one.
Oh, so you're thinking that the penis could go alongside the piece of wood? Or you have not really thought about this?
I just...
You see, you're obviously not like me because people tell me stories like this and I immediately try and visualise how it works.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, I don't think it can go round it. I think he's just hitting against the wood.
Wow. It can't be pleasurable.
It'd have to be a porous wood as well, wouldn't it? So it'd soak up all the jizz.
The jizz, yeah. Okay.
Maybe they didn't think that far. Maybe they just thought, let's block it with something. They were very literal, the Greeks, weren't they?
Yeah, a block of wood.
Apparently eating a ton of dates and pomegranates as well.
That just give you the shits.
Yeah. Well, apparently...
So, is this a form of contraception?
Yeah. So beforehand, they'd eat loads of dates and pomegranates. And they'd go and have sex and be like, oh yeah, you can jizz on me. I've had my dates and pomegranates.
So they're not going to get pregnant because mid-thrust, she's going to have fucking diarrhea.
Well, there you go. It might have been that.
Dates, man.
But apparently there's been tests done, and apparently dates and pomegranates, if you do have a lot of them, it does reduce your fertility.
A lot, though. A lot.
I know. It's very wishy-washy on the
numbers. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I'd rather use a condom.
Yeah. Bit safer.
Not that I need to do it like that
imagine
anymore.
That around your club, just big bowls of dates and pomegranates, just a shovel, just have a load of them before we go in tonight.
Mid-shag.
Yeah, a few dates.
Yeah.
So the other thing they used to do was public wanking.
Okay, so the guys and girls, or
it didn't say about the women.
Okay, go on. I'm jumping in.
Tell me what the story it gave me was a guy called Diogenes.
We'll just call him Dick for short.
Dick. Yeah. Dick Diog, they'll call him. So apparently he was a bit of a philosopher, and they were all philosophers, weren't they?
Yeah.
Back in ancient Greece. And when he was feeling a bit, don't know what to do, he'd just have a wank. On the street.
You all do that?
On the street.
Oh, in public, in front of everybody?
Yeah.
So he's an exhibitionist.
Basically.
He's like an ancient Greek flasher.
Yeah.
Cock in hand.
There'd be a few people that would frown at it and, give him a bit of shit over it. And what he used to say to them was, if only it was so easy to soothe hunger by rubbing an empty belly.
He was definitely my kind of philosopher.
He's not wrong though, is he?
So, hang on.
So he's got the horn, he's knocked one out and he's cured himself.
So, you said he had a bit of a bad day.
Yeah.
He's having a bad day. And the first thing he thinks of is, I'm going to have a wank on the high street. I don't know where that comes from. Going to have a pint or something. Yeah, have a pint with your mates.
There's probably a lot of things he could have done.
Okay, but he was a wanker. Okay.
Yeah. And fair play to him.
Yeah,
bring
okay.
it back.
Public wanking. Okay.
Public wanking, bring it back.
Was it just him, or was there lots of wankers?
No, well, apparently it was like it wasn't sort of like every single fella in ancient Greece done it, but like
it was quite common.
Majority, yeah.
I wonder if they had like a street where they all went and did public wanking,
and they had like a bit of a gutter.
Yeah,
just
a little bit of a gutter. Yeah, spill it all away
into the gutter.
Yeah, it'd be like the street in Amsterdam, the red light street, all the shop windows, just be guys.
Just the white gutter street. Moving on.
Oh, it'd be funky as well, wouldn't it?
Oh,
funky, sticky.
It'd have an aroma to it, wouldn't it?
And sweaty, all them men wanking.
Imagine that in summer.
Oh!
Spaff Street.
Dear me.
So apparently in ancient Greece, moving on, kissing women was weird.
Okay.
Because kissing, a man kissing a man would be sort of like, we're equal. That's what.
It was quite common, wasn't it? Yeah. Guys getting it on back then.
Very.
I loved it then, gay porn.
Very, very common. I will get to that.
Okay.
But yeah, that it's seen as equal, and it'd be like a normal greeting sort of thing. Fellas just kissing each other on the lips, having a bit of a fondle.
Fuck off as well. Yeah. So it's like,
would that be normal?
Hiya, Julius. I've seen you for a kiss on the mouth, little fondle, little jangle on the ghoulies.
But if you done it to a woman, it wouldn't be like the woman getting in trouble. It'd be the man. It'd be like, you're a weak man because you think a woman's equal to you.
So if it was a husband, he'd be okay as a kisser.
Yeah.
But just like as a random greasing, you wouldn't just go and...
not on the lips.
Okay.
Man and wife would kiss like the hand and stuff like that. But
ankle.
Maybe, yeah. I'll do a little bit further up from the ankle. But yeah, kissing on the lips was more like a handshake, I suppose. So
it wasn't an erotic thing to do?
No.
That really surprises me, because I mean the Greeks are like really like sexual.
Well, yeah.
From what I've heard, what I've read.
Yeah.
So the fact that they haven't got onto the fact that snogging is like boss.
A turn on. Yeah.
It's like such a great like thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's how you start, isn't it?
Very arousing.
Yeah, that's it.
I think they've missed a trick.
Well,
when they're having sex, they just went straight in there.
I think so, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till you find out what they do after they got married.
Okay.
So going on from that, state-sponsored prostitution. So obviously prostitution was legal.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
Yeah.
You know, you picked them up on the street.
Should be legal now.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Because they bring in a lot of safety then as well, I think, if you legalise it.
You're not going to stop prostitution.
No.
Make it safe.
Make it safe.
And claim on the taxes.
Yeah. Padded Cell Podcast.
Yeah.
So what they used to do, the state used to sponsor it. They'd have little places and they'd have high-end prostitutes as well for all like the politicians and the high-up men and stuff like that. But yeah, and what they used to do as well is because, again, it was sort of like frowned upon for men to be going there and stuff like that. They used to wear sandals and they'd have, on the bottom of the sandal, they'd have "Follow me," and they'd stamp it into the sand so fellas could see them and they'd be like, right, that's a prosy. I'm going to follow her, see where I go to. How fucking genius is that?
Oh, we could have that at the club. We could give everybody "Follow me" flip-flops.
Yeah.
And
You'd
then,
have to get a big shag carpet though, wouldn't you? Just
stamp it.
Yeah.
And like give them the eye.
Yeah. Follow me.
Follow me.
But then the floor would just be covered in "Follow me's." You wouldn't know who you're following.
Okay. So maybe a 21st century version of this could be like a little stamp.
Or like a little neon sign people put on the back.
On the back, yeah, "Follow me."
Follow me.
And you switch it on and off.
Yeah.
So when you find something that you like, switch it on, full neon.
Yeah.
And if you've got a fugly behind you, switch that off.
Yeah.
I think they're onto a trick there.
That's
so
good, that
follow
though,
me
innit?
stamping.
Yeah.
So the prostitutes wore the "Follow me" shoes.
I don't know if it was the prostitutes or whether it was the
guys.
people working for the state
prostitution
place and they'd go out and just try and get a few punters.
Wow.
But yeah, I read it and I was like, fucking hell, that's fucking genius.
And see, now in mind, just thinking about how that could be done today in our place.
It's business cards, isn't it?
I know, but follow me flip-flops as
Follow
well,
me flip-flops, yeah.
Okay, go on. 5 minutes.
I think we peaked.
Wow, that was a particularly rank fart, that, Calvin.
That was a squeaker, that, wasn't it?
Dear.
So I'll cut some of these short. Now, apparently in ancient Greece...
We've got 5 minutes, you're all right.
Yeah. I've got a couple more and I want to do the last one.
Give us the best ones.
So number 5, this is something I resonate with. Apparently they used to draw dicks everywhere.
Okay, yeah.
And they were fascinated with them. I think this is why it's so much man on man in ancient Greece, because they were just fascinated with
obsessed.
dicks. Yeah.
Me too.
And like for this point, I haven't wrote anything.
Oh my God! Can you see that?
I've just drew a little widge.
It's like it's flashing a little bit.
Lights.
Yeah.
But I've just drew a widge and
it's only got one ball.
It's from the side view.
Oh, okay.
So, you know. But yeah, they used to obviously stick them in statues. Everyone laughs at an ancient Greek statue and it's got a little pecker on it, don't they? But they used to put them on wine glasses and apparently there's a picture somewhere or a statue of a lady in a crop field tending to a crop field full of cocks. It's just
wow.
On the internet, it was saying phalluses.
Yeah. So she's farming phalluses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crop field of cocks.
Amazing. I wonder what the cock obsession was. It's probably like a power.
Maybe it was, yeah.
Patriarchal type of thing,
I've got
isn't
a
it?
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sort
it's just
of thing.
provoking me dick envy.
Oh God, yeah. Forgot about that. So listen to this. So adultery was considered worse than rape.
Okay. Nice. I thought they'd be a little bit more liberal than that in ancient Greece.
Yeah. So unfaithfulness in marriage or seducing another man's wife was considered worse than rape.
Okay. And what do they get for that?
And that was because the woman was seen to be property of the man. So you were undermining the man.
Okay.
So
it's a respect thing.
Yeah, but it's nothing to do with the woman. Like, they didn't care about the woman being raped.
Okay. Because
if the woman who was being raped was single, unmarried, whatever, then it was deemed immoral.
Wow.
And not a serious crime.
Go away.
It was just like, he wanted to get his end away.
Yeah.
Leave him to it. He might not do it again.
But if he goes and has a full-on affair.
But yeah, even if he just tried to seduce another man's wife.
So what happens to him?
I don't know. I couldn't.
Well, considering that they put a lot of weight into phalluses, into dicks, wonder if they lob his dick off.
Chopped it off. There was something about that on the internet. Yeah.
Did you not want to read on?
No. Yes,
I would
skipped.
have got all the facts about the
Well,
dick
maybe
lobbing.
you can do that with Nance at some point.
Okay, but you're not going to be involved in that
leave
conversation.
me out of that one.
Especially
Leave me out
as
of that
you know,
one.
you have a procedure later on, which is not far from your willy.
Exactly. Now this is my favourite one.
Okay, you're leaving the best
This is
till
my
last.
absolute favourite one. So, ancient Greeks, these are Spartan men. So they believe they're descendants from the gods anyway, don't they, Spartan men? So, even though they know they must get married to a woman to reproduce and everything like that, they don't like the idea of it because women are weak and, you know, men, all equal. So what they used to do was, it didn't say whether it was at the ceremony, at the wedding, or the night before. Yeah. But what they'd do is the bridesmaids and all the bridal party would get the bride, they'd shave her head, put loads of men's clothes on her, try and make her as masculine as they possibly could. So on the wedding day, it would look like to him, obviously that's my wife, but she looks like a fella today. So we're
with a vagina.
Yeah, we're as equal as we're gonna get, sort of thing. That's how they do it.
Jesus. Okay.
But this is the best bit, to consummate the marriage. So they do all the legal bit and whatever, and the party. The wife would go home, back to her house, and she'd be laying in bed with completely shaved head, men's clothes on. It'd be the husband's job, whenever he was finished at the party, to go back to her house, break in, kidnap her, and consummate the marriage.
Quite like the kidnap bit, can't lie.
That's what I mean. I said it to Shireen. She was like,
ooh, yeah. Let's go and do a bit of Spartan role play.
Yeah.
I haven't even got to shave my head. I'm all ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not quite androgynous anyway, so all the Spartans be well after me.
Apparently, because the man would be at the wedding and be like, oh, she's dressed at home. She's looking like a man, waiting for me. Apparently that would put his desire right up through the roof.
So she could have had lovely long flowing locks and makeup and all that, and he goes and shaves all her hair off.
Yeah. It's crazy, like the obsession they have with men on men. I'm not saying there's anything against it, like, but...
It fascinates me, that.
That's just one of the points in time where I'd love to go back to and just watch.
Just watch, spectate, be a voyeur.
Just get a more understanding for it.
Yeah.
But some of the things that I've read...
I think my favourite one out of that is the guys wanking on the street.
Oh, I was reading it.
I've had a bit of a bad day. Come on, Julius. Do you want to come and have a little wank outside? Because it's been a tough one, hasn't it?
Yeah, a double wank.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll have a little goblet of wine later, but we'll have the wank first.
Yeah. Let's cross the wank off the list.
We'll sort the wank out, and then we'll have a little goblet of wine and
there's maybe some food, and then if we see
some grapes.
If we see some follow me in the sand, we'll go and get our end away.
That's it. Yeah.
But
wow. Yeah. I think also the description of the street with the flowing
Spaff
drains.
In summer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hit you, that, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it just?
Okay, hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, ancient Greece.
Very good. The ancient Greeks, just great.
I love them.
Just
absolutely
no fucks whatsoever.
No.
And clever.
The sandals was...
It just makes me funny that everyone's a philosopher in ancient Greece.
I know.
And some of the things they come out with as well.
I know.
Funny.
Some brilliant stuff, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed that. So, Calvin, not want to put you on the spot or anything? Whose segment was better?
What are we on, mate?
So it was the face that, what was it? The girl, most kissed girl in the world.
Annie, are you okay?
Couldn't get my words out. Annie, are you okay?
Or people
or the
wanking on the
dirty
street.
ancient Greeks.
I enjoyed the variety
Yes.
of the Greeks.
I did.
But the Michael Jackson bit.
That's what won it.
My singing. Ow!
Michael Jackson. That's a
Shit, that's going to be a reel now, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Drop the clanger there.
Just-
Me singing on a
just
reel.
Over and over again. Can you put the instrumental behind it as well? Fucking excellent. Get the instrumental behind it, and then Photoshop her head onto Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk and that.
Can we not do that?
No, we do.
Dylan wouldn't do that to me.
Come on, Dill Dog.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't do that to me. He likes me. Ow! Okay, right. So I think we need to finish.
Went off on one then, didn't we? We just totally fucking relaxed then.
I just want to get like me hat and start doing some moonwalking.
Yeah, and the one glove.
I just can't do moonwalking because there's a carpet and I've got Doc Martens on. Just go flat on my ass.
That'd be impressive.
It would. Right, okay, so we're a few minutes over, but only like 3 minutes,
We've
which is
done
like
well.
amazing. I'm sorry,
done
but
well.
can we just have a little high five? Because
Excellent. Well done.
because
well done, us.
we've met our remit today, which was keeping within the time limit,
Nothing
which
to
I've
do with the
never
fact
done
that
before, ever.
we've
11,
had-
what is it? How many episodes in? 12?
12. Nothing to do with the fact that we brought 2 alarm clocks. I'm wearing a watch.
I did actually bring an alarm clock, but the team decided that it was too ticky.
It was very
It sounded
ticky.
like a bomb,
It was ticky.
and apparently would have put Calvin off, so we've had to launch it.
Yeah.
But your method worked absolutely fine.
And I've got a new drawing today.
Ah,
So this is the spider web. That is definitely the middle child, I would
definitely
say.
the middle child.
Yeah.
Cute.
Little cobweb
It's
today.
nice that you're bringing your family onto such a
I know,
blue podcast.
I know. I've got to, it's give me a reason to keep the drawings, to be honest with you. 'cause
Oh,
I
you're going to keep your notes for posterity.
What did I do with the last ones? I've still got the big rules somewhere. No, I haven't.
Oh, you need to rewrite the rules then and keep them.
I might make new rules next time I come on.
That's very presumptuous of you.
If I come back on.
Very presumptuous. Right, we're going to leave it there. And hopefully Nancy will be back next time. We're not too sure yet.
Yeah.
We'll just see how it all goes. If not, we could have you again. But we are going to have you on again at some point.
After 3 of us on. No, fucking nothing would get done. Nothing would get done.
Well,
Can you
I'm
imagine
sorry,
that?
but poor Nance doesn't get a word in edgeways when she's with me. Imagine me and you.
I know.
She'd just be like that.
She'd just be...
She'd just tap out, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
She'd like, leave you to it. Wake me up when you're done.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay. Right then, guys and girls, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. And thanks for your support and sticking with us with our chaos. We are the curators of chaos.
We are, yeah.
So we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye, take it easy.
And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the Curators of Chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing your love for the Padded Cell podcast with your friends. Don't forget, give us a follow on our socials, maybe leave us some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@the Podcast, or even interact with us on Facebook, Insta, and our other socials, because we love chatting to you. Be sure to stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.